Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is your chef from Guru's Cooking.in with fried chicken momos. These are also called dim sums. Come, let's make a note of the ingredients. I've taken a bowl to which we'll be adding 400 grams of all-purpose flour or maida. To this we'll be sprinkling a little salt, and we'll be kneading this by adding almost half of the quantity of water. In order to avoid lumps, please don't add all the water at once. Add it gradually as I'm showing you, little by little. So add a little, gentle mix, add a little, gentle mix, and then add it all. I'll tell you how to knead this. While kneading this, use gentle hands. Don't use stiff hands and don't knead it too hard. Because right now, our purpose here is to release gluten from this dough. When the gluten is released afterwards, it'll knead very easily. So we'll sprinkle and dust a little white flour on this so that it doesn't stick to the bottom. And once it is kneaded after 2 minutes, we will cover this with a damp cloth and keep it aside for 20 minutes. A damp cloth is nothing but a clean cloth on which you have sprinkled very little water. So I'm covering this and we'll leave this for 20 minutes. In the meanwhile, we'll prepare our filling. I've taken boneless chicken breast and thigh pieces and minced them like chicken keema. This is 350 grams of chicken, followed with fresh coriander leaves, ginger and garlic, where garlic is more than ginger, and spring onions with a lot of white and a little green stalks of them. All these have been finely chopped. To this we'll be sprinkling a quarter teaspoon of salt. Please don't add too much salt here. We'll be also following with white pepper powder. If you don't have this, you can always use black pepper powder. We'll follow this up with 1 teaspoon of Ajinomoto. Ajinomoto is also called MSG. And we'll add 2 teaspoons of cooking oil. If you have sesame oil, great. If you don't have that, you can use any cooking oil. We'll follow up with very little dark soya sauce. It's time for us to give it a mix, and now our filling is prepared. Make sure you mix it pretty well and then keep it aside. Let the dark soya sauce, the spices, and MSG do the magic. In the meantime, we'll go back to our dough. It has been 20 minutes since we kept this. It has become a little more soft because it has released gluten in the meanwhile. And now we will knead it really hard with not soft hands, with not gentle hands, but with hard hands. So I'm gonna dust a little white flour, that is all-purpose flour, maida, so that it doesn't stick to the bottom while I knead it. And now, like I said, knead it as much as you can. The more you knead it, the better it'll come out to be. So punch it hard, release all the air bubbles within, and try to knead it for at least 3 to 4 minutes. Remember, the dough outcome should not be too hard or too soft. It should be in between. We'll fold this and we'll cut this into equal sizes. I'm going to cut this into 3 big pieces. We'll rotate this in between our palms to create a stiff ball. And so that it doesn't stick to the bottom, we'll also dust a little all-purpose flour onto the surface and also on our palms. A little all-purpose flour also on the rolling pin. Now gently press this ball to flatten it up with your fingers, and then with the rolling pin to flatten it up even more into a flatbread. Now a very important word of caution. What are we looking for? The end result should not be a very thin flatbread. It should not be a very thick flatbread. It should be just slightly little less than how you roll samosas. If it is too thin, your momos will tear apart and break while frying. They will not even mold properly. If it is too thick, they will be raw when you eat them. So I hope you got the point. It should not be too thin. It should not be too thick. That is how your flatbread should be. Now that we have rolled it, we want to cut out circles. And for that I have a glass jar whose lid I've grabbed. And on this I'll place a little water, very little water, so that it doesn't stick while I'm cutting it out. And I'll press it evenly and make round circles on this bigger flatbread. So this is how it will look. Please repeat the same process and don't waste extra space. Try to use as much space as you can. That will create a lot of circles. So in the end, this is what you receive. It's nice. Extract the extra layer. Keep it aside. You can use it later on by rolling it into a ball. And here it's time for us to fill the momos and mold them. I've dusted a little flour on my hand so that it doesn't stick. We'll take a little water and smear it on the sides because we'll have to seal the deal later on. In this we'll add 1 tablespoon of momos filling mixture. And now watch how I mold it. We'll make a pinch with our thumb and middle finger, and we'll keep rolling it and creating folds as we evenly rotate the momo in the clockwise direction using our left hand. So that was pretty simple, isn't it? And now when you place it, it should not stick. So I'll dust again a little flour and keep it there. It will stay there like a good boy. I'll show you the same thing from a different angle. Please watch. Alright, that was so simple, isn't it? So once again, a little flour on the surface, and there you goes your momo. This is what we receive. All the bad boys are now ready to be fried in oil. Now this is some hot oil, and to test it I'll place a little dough, and if it comes up in the next 4-5 seconds, that means the oil is hot enough. Please reduce the flame to very low and then deep fry these momos. Remember, the chicken inside is raw, it has to cook. If your flame is too high, the momos will cook from the outside, but the chicken inside will remain raw. You don't want that. So cook it at a low flame with a lot of patience and respect. and let the momos cook. They'll cook very easily in less than 2 minutes. But low flame. Yeah, good. That's nice. So don't add them when the flame is too hot. I'm sorry, when the oil is too hot. Add them only when the oil is medium hot, and also still cook them continuously at a low flame. That's it. I gave you the best tip. What else could you ask for? These momos are going to be ready now, and we'll serve them with some nice amazing chutney. I've made a Nepali style momos chutney which I like. It's made using tomatoes and sesame. I've posted the link of that also. I'll be sharing that with you. You can click on this link that which appears at the top and you can enjoy it. The link is also available for the momo chutney in the description. That is the chutney. That is the momos. Enjoy the momos with the chopsticks or enjoy them with your hands. Enjoy it with your family. But before that, note the instructions so that you don't go wrong. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching Fried Chicken Momos with your chef. Please do subscribe to my channel and also share and like my video so that it becomes popular amongst your friends and family members as well. Thank you once again. Have a nice time.